Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tuesday night, and it's time for your favorite show on YouTube, and that's the Bama Standard. We are brought to you always by Workspace Solutions and Oakmont Financial Partners. Go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button. Jump in the live chat. Let us know what you think. If you're watching the replay, definitely show us some love there. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is a very special night, but before we start all that, and go around the room real quick. I'm your host, Justin Riley. With me, as always, is a living legend, 1999 All SEC linebacker, Marvin Constant, senior analyst of Touchdown Alabama Magazine, Stephen M. Smith, two-time national champion, the face of the USFL and the USFL champion, Mr. Bo Scarbrough. What's up, fellas?
What's up?
Hey,
What's
going on?
happening?
What's going on?
Well, folks, tonight is a very special episode, like I've mentioned, and we've been leading up to. And this is dedicated to Ahmaad Galloway, former Alabama running back who passed away January 9th. Tonight, we honor him. We honor his family, honor his teammates. And if anyone feels led to donate at all tonight, know that all proceeds we will never touch or see. It's going to go directly to his family. So if you feel led, please do so and know that it's going to support a good cause. I'm going to turn it over to Marvin Constant and let him be the MC now. Marvin, if you would, introduce our first panel of guests, sir.
Oh man, I don't even have the words to add to make this even appropriate for these two gentlemen that I'm about to introduce. One of them, man, when I say had a cannon, the pride of Lake Butler, Florida, when I say led us to the 1999 SEC championship game, and one of the first quarterbacks that I ever seen to throw the ball on a dime with some velocity that you couldn't imagine. Never at practice that I want to intercept those balls. We ain't even trying to break a finger catching those. The one and only Andrew Zow, ladies and gentlemen.
What up, fellas, man? Hey, man, glad to be here, man. Thank you, man.
And the one and only, what more can you say about this guy? The offspring, the pride of Terry Jones Sr., Terry Jones Jr., Central High School, University of Alabama, Baltimore Raven, San Francisco 49er. It's so many accolades you can give this man. But more than anything, I want to give him one thing. Love you, brother. Love you too, Sal. But me and Junior got a different relationship. We've known each other.
Oh, I know y'all Central boys roll together.
We know each other since sixth grade.
Yeah.
Right. And Justin, to clarify, the money is not going to the family. I talked to a couple people, and there's a scholarship fund for his two kids. I would prefer the money to be going to that scholarship fund where it would be split 50-50. So I have all their contact information so TDA can go ahead and get them their check when we all said and done.
Sounds good to me. Yeah,
I
folks,
I will be shipping that to HR, so they will have that ready.
You always hollering at HR.
Go back downstairs.
But guys, I hate to take a situation like this to bring us all together, but listen, tonight, let's honor him, let's celebrate his life, let's celebrate what he did on the field, and I'm going to let it be y'all's show. I'm going to turn it over to you guys. You were his brothers, you were his teammates, you knew him best and loved him the most. So I'm going to turn it over to you guys and let y'all start things out. Andrew, man, glad to have you back. It's been a while, but brother, of course, we'll get to that a little bit later, but go ahead and start us off, man. Talk to us about Ahmaad, about your relationship.
Yeah. Man, he was, just one of those guys you really, when he first came in, sort of, one of the nicest guys you're going to meet, one of the pure, hardest guys you're going to meet. And he was always conscious about what you thought of him. Very conscious of how he was going to impress you. You got to think he was coming in with, you had Sean Alexander who was in front of him as a senior, and so it was big for that group of guys coming through to sort of when they come in to try to impress you. But Ahmaad was one of those guys, man, that was going to be always willing to help, always willing to say the right thing about you, always willing to give a hand. I remember driving to practice. No, actually driving somewhere, and I saw him, and we stopped. It was me, J Mac, and Bohannon. That was my crew. So we stopped to pick him up, And I was like, hey, look, man, get in. And then we were sort of driving, and I said, yeah, man, we could have been somewhere. And I was teasing him. I was like, hey, look, man, we could have been somewhere, but we had to pick up Ahmaad. And he was like, hey, guys, I can get out. And I was like, no, bro. I said, it ain't even like that, man. I said, you're good. I said, we're all going in basically the same spot. But he was just that conscious about making sure he didn't step on any toes. He was always, and then when we were in the same, he was coaching at Thompson, and I was coaching at Oak Mountain. And then I also got the job at Montevallo. And so it was, we sort of bumped in each other, come back around. Now we're coaching in the same areas. But Ahmaad's one of those guys, man, to be deeply missed. You hate for us to have to get together over someone passing. But the last time I saw Ahmaad may have been at our 99 reunion, maybe 09, maybe it was 09. Yeah, it was like 09. Maybe after that, I forget when the last reunion we had for the championship. But man, it's just sad, and you just hate to see one of the guys, one of the good ones, go like that, man.
Definitely. Real quick before I move on to TJ, Jamie Willingham has started things up tonight with the $49.99 super chat. Let's get this celebration of Ahmaad's life started. Open up those wallets and purses up. Roll Tide. Thank you so much, Jamie. We greatly appreciate that. All right, TJ, the floor is yours. Of course, it's hard to kind of follow up with that, but man, if you would share your relationship with Ahmaad and some of the things that stood out the most to you about him.
Man, Ahmaad was just like, he was going to be his own person. Like, he wasn't going to be one of those people that was going to, like I said, follow what everybody else was doing. We had a lot of characters that came in with our class, and him and Vic, like I said, they sat apart, and the two of them, they became their own crew. They did their own thing. And like I said, it's kind of hard. You get around, you got guys that they got enough independence, they got enough confidence in themselves to be who they are. Because sometimes when you get to a campus, you want to hang out with everybody and do what everybody else do. But like I said, AG was always a hard worker. Like I said, you can tell, like, he was a true team player. Like, he wanted to make sure that, like I said, once he got his chance, he was going to get his chance. But he was one of those guys that was going to help everybody out. He was going to do whatever he had to on and off the field to make everything bright. Like I said, he was a good guy. And like I said, I feel sad about it because I didn't do a great job of keeping up with him and staying in contact with him. So like I said, that's why, like, riding up there with Marvin this past weekend just to be up there, like, I wanted to make sure that I personally got a chance to say my respect, speak to his dad, speak to his kids. And like I said, just tell him, like I said, he a big part of us. He's a part of our family. He's a brother, and we're going to miss him.
Most definitely. Marvin, we got a guest that just arrived. If you will, sir, please introduce the fans to this gentleman.
Before you do that, Marvin, man, I had looked up. I thought that was Jamar.
For sure.
What else?
I was gonna say, Justin, how you get Jamar on here and he ain't even tell me he gonna be on? Like, I'm like, oh, that's his dad.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Jamar's dad, but not to mention all-world superstar from the University of Alabama, former New Orleans Saint, former New England Patriot, former Kansas City Chief. I might have missed him more. He played for so many years. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, when I say the man, the myth, the legend, a.k.a. Hollywood, Mr. Kenny Smith.
Big
Wow,
Smith.
what's up? Go ahead, Kenny.
Big Smith.
What's up with you? 5 boy, ain't seen you in a while, boy.
I know, man. What's good?
Man, I'm trying to stay alive, you feel me?
What's up? What's up, Kenny? I
What's up with you, big guy?
I watch,
Come on.
I watch you play, you know what I mean?
I've been had my eyes glued on you ever since you've been close to my knucklehead.
Yeah, that's my dog right there, man. Me and J-Man, we do everything together. Hey, we so close that we think about, hey, what we gonna eat for breakfast tomorrow? What we gonna eat?
That's why I gotta get him to get straightened out, man. Y'all need to go to some Vietnamese places or something, bro.
Hey, we come to practice. We come to practice long sleeve pants on with long legs.
Trying to sweat.
J-Man said, I know you hot. I said, hell yeah. I said, hold on. I said, what you got on, J-Mon? He said, boy, I got on a sweater, a long sleeve, and I got on a short sleeve. I said, man, you trying to faint out here, boy. He said, I'm trying to lose all that weight, all this
Get it
food.
off. Yeah. What's up, A2?
That's my guy, though.
Man, what's going on, man? How you doing, brother?
Man, cool, bro. That cool. Got on back down that slab, man, because going up there on the Memphis road, boy, I got a little crack in one of my rims. So, you know, I had to get on down that road, you know.
Yeah. We did the same thing.
Dig that.
I made Junior drive back.
I'm sure you felt comfortable in all that power.
Man, what? I said, he can't hide that money, man. I was like, man, I want to be like him when I grow up.
Come on.
Hey, real quick, guys, we got another donation from Ephraim Davis, $50 in the super chat. Sir, we greatly appreciate that. No, again, it's going to a great cause. Before I ask you this, Kenny, I will tell you, even though you haven't been on the show in quite some time, you are the most talked about superstar from the past, thanks to your former teammate, Marvin Constant here. He always has the famous line, I seen something. So we'll have to defend that at a later time.
No. I thought I seen something.
hey, you can make the play call, but when they get to talking or something, hey, when that ball move, we're trying to go be a ball player, man. Sometimes you see stuff, you gotta make plays. Sometimes it don't turn out what you saw.
Man, it was many days. I was like, what is Kenny doing now? What are we doing?
Man, I was trying to figure out equations to get my name called. You hear me?
For sure.
Right, get to the bag.
Hey, look, man. Kenny trying to get his name in the paper, man.
That's it. That's the key right there.
Big Smith.
Typing the press in, boy. You in there?
Yeah. Big Smith.
Me beat up by guards and tackles because you're not covering them up.
I thought you supposed to be quick on the feet, dog.
I was. You taught me how to fight through blocks because I didn't know what I was gonna get. Hand, baby. You got to stay ready.
Fine, how you liking it up there your way, bro?
Man, loving it, man.
Yeah, I'll be peeping you out, man. I like how you back with Dabo, man. I'm a Dabo fan, bro. That's all I can say. I've seen the man in my past, so hey, I can't help him doing what he want to do as a coach. That's his choice, you know?
Yeah, man. Hey, man, it's been good, though, man. Family's been good, and the whole move's been good for me, man. Leaving my high school teams, last team I had was tough, but, man, just the opportunity I had to sort. I couldn't pass up, man. But real quick, I want to say something about Big Smith. So, Big Smith, man, I asked him what was on his tattoo he had. He said something about Big Smith, and his dad was like, who the hell is Big Smith?
Hey, I mean, I just got it done. I was sitting on the porch thinking of a million lies to tell him. But I know he was going to see it, though. You know what I'm saying?
And then, hey, look, TJ, man, like TJ was the last dude, man, that he caught my last touchdown in college, man. So it was a game winner, too, man, against Iowa State. Big, man, for us heading out as seniors, man. So, but definitely had got stories on top of stories, man. But you guys know, man, this whole night's for Ahmaad, man. And I really appreciate the opportunity to be on here. And I appreciate you guys reaching out, man. But to see these guys on here, guys I played with, I coached against Bo. He don't know that when I was at Oak Mountain in 2011, and we thought he was injured. And so our guys were like, oh, man, he ain't going to play. That cat walked out there, man. First time he touched it, went 60. And I was like, dang, he was almost limping a little bit doing that. But he went 60 on us, man. But just to see you guys on here, man, and see the faces and just super proud, super blessed to be a part of what we're doing tonight. And, man, hey, all those memories, man, sort of start coming back when you see these faces, bro.
That's crazy. I did not know that you was coaching over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
The
whole time we were like, hey, he ain't gonna play. Everybody was like, he ain't gonna play. That cat walked out there, and I said, oh, he already built like Julio. And he touched the ball, man, and cat went 60 plus, and I was like, yeah, he playing.
Hey, man, I wish I would have known, man.
Yeah, man.
I would have known that you were coaching over there. you know, like I know all my Bama history. So when I see, I like to connect and get the, what I'm saying, the
Oh yeah,
conversation.
man.
And, because it be something special. Because like. I'm from Utah, Alabama, and like when we only saw it on TV, so we weren't living in Tuscaloosa. So when we only knew Alabama and Auburn, so y'all was all we were talking about. So we driving back, Andrew, you know what I mean? So like so when we get it, like I know especially for me when I get a chance to meet the guys, that play, way, what I'm saying, way before my time, it be something special to me because I feel like, I'm a part of that team as well. Even though I play, what I'm saying, 2014, 15, 16, I still feel like, I'm a
Crazy.
part of that team. And that's what I was talking about on my show last week. I was like when you go to school at Alabama, it's totally different from other schools. Like because you gonna know players that play way before you even thought about being born, and you have that connection, and it feel like a family. Like how I met Mar. Now every time Mar come out here, you know what I'm saying, he hit me up. I come to Atlanta, I hit him up. You know what I mean? And it's just like our Alabama connection when we get together is totally different from other schools, and yeah, there's like it's just something special for me, man, especially to be up on here with you, and especially Kenny, because I heard so many stories about him, and
There's a lot of them out there.
Real quick, guys, we got some super chats to get to. Don Parker has donated $50. And right behind him, Nona Davis with 10. And not to be outdone, J.D. Long, 1999. Thank you so much, folks. We greatly appreciate that. Now, it's time to let Kenny have the floor. Of course, Kenny, you can defend yourself if you want, but if you would, man, share with the audience, your special relationship with Ahmaad. A lot of his family and friends are watching and are in the super chat right now. But if you will, just share with us, the special relationship you guys had.
Well, meeting the guy, you know what I'm saying, I figured I had to be roommates with him. He was raised right, so that was good for me too, because being raised right, you won't get into too much trouble. And I was scared for some bad news to go back to Mississippi. I couldn't explain. My mama come up and try to whoop me in front of my peers. I would not be able to explain that properly. So Ahmaad was a cool dude. He was a quiet dude. We always trying to find our way back at Bama. But he was an intel guy. If he asks you a question, just because you think it's the end and you done gave him an answer, I don't think that it's gonna go fly with him if it's not the right answer he was looking for. So he gonna keep digging, But he was good with kids. He asked me one time, we was in Tuscaloosa, I think Marvin, we first came back down there for the A-Day, he asked me, he said, man, why you stopping and talk to them kids at that stove? So it was tickled to hear that about his partner, that Q-Dog, that said AG sit there for 20 minutes. I got back in the car. AG asked me, he said, hey, man, why you talking to the kids like this? I said, hey, player. I said, we were blessed to go to college for free, so we can't pass it back. Then why we got a free scholarship? The Lord won't bless us that way, So you got to take the time, to pass it so the kids can get it. You just need 5 or 10 minutes with them. Something going to soak in their brain. So once he saw that, he looked at me the whole 15 minutes because I caught him out the corner of my eye. He's like, man, Smith, you just take time like that. I said, hey, bro, this is your job, bro. What else you out here doing, man? You carry your name out here. You used to run, but they were cheering for you, but I'm on defense. I got your name called, bro. You got the advantage.
Hey, listen,
he was a good dude, man. He was close over the past years, man, because once again, going through life, you need somebody to reach out to. It gets tough for everybody, but you need somebody close. It ain't about always giving you something, but it's just a conversation that can pull you out of things, And I think my buddy, man, he was just it was a struggle for him to get back to where he's supposed to be. It ain't supposed to be easy for nobody, but I can't. It was just so much of these past years, man, that I saw my buddy hurt from a lot, and it's hard for anybody to accept life a certain way when you got everything given to you. If you can reach out and get it, but when true value property leave like your mom and your grandmother, man. Everybody can't take that, man. You weren't able to see him. So, he showed me a lot with being strong, with me losing my mom and my pops. But, we all try to hide things as men, but, just once again, it's hard out here, man. It ain't that easy. But when you become a man, it's time to step up to the plate, And I just think he had a lot of baggage, that we always can't handle on our own. That's why we need to reach out to all the brothers we play with, because we men now. That's why the Lord put us together to grow old together, But he was an A1 dude to me, man. That's all I can say about this dude was I won't worry about no trouble being around him unless he got into the other young guys. But I was big brother, so maybe he been sneaking with Marvin them around there building A and B,
Now hold on, listen. I was fortunate enough to be close to you and Ahmaad. So I got to see the dynamic that a lot of people don't know or understand because I was so close with the both of y'all. Listen, man, if you knew AG, attention to detail, he was very intelligent. He was always watching. He was paying attention when you didn't think he was paying attention. So he ends up living with Kenny. They end up roommates. And if you know Kenny, attention to detail, clean, he ain't coming out the house in any kind of way. That's AKA Hollywood. Kenny Smith come out the house, he's going to be dressed appropriate. Fast forward, after a few months of living with Kenny, now I see Ahmaad, he got the polo bed sheet, polo blanket. He dressed to the nine every time you see him. And then all of a sudden, one day he started using this phrase, you don't know nothing about that. I said, man, I hear that enough from Kenny. I don't want to hear from you either. When I say I told you, bro, he very intelligent, man, but he picked up on so many of your traits, instincts, mannerisms, because you were well put together in college. You were that guy who a lot of people looked up to because Kenny, he had it in order in college. And Ahmaad living with you, I think, man, that was one of the biggest blessings of college for him, man, because you changed him a lot. Because I seen him as a freshman when we met in June versus, a few years later, man. And again, you did him justice, brother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just trying to pass it down for my big brothers to y'all, dog. That's so. If I saw me doing something, I got it from the guys when I got there. Tight ends and Michael Miles and Chris Hood and Rod Runners, I got that from them.
There's some dudes.
I got it from them.
Man, there's some dudes. Real quick, the godfather of the SEC, Waylon, has donated $19.99, followed by SPH Huntsville with 10, and not to be outdone, Anitra, $20. James Knox, $19.99. Thank you so much, guys. We greatly appreciate that. All right. Before we, close out the session one, guys, y'all got anything else you'd like to add before we move forward in our program?
No, I'd like to thank, I know my man, Bo, man. Hey, once again, bro, we're super proud of you, man, and what you've been doing too in that running back era, man, because you guys really came through and really took when I was there, it was Sean Alexander, then it was Ahmaad and Santonio, and then you guys sort of came on and really revived, Alabama, man, and as to be a former player and what you guys are doing.
There was some linebackers running a fullback and tailback. Strong safeties.
That's what that was. But what you guys have done, man, make us proud, man, to say, we're a part of that. And you said a mouthful earlier, bro. We are family, and we'll always be family, man. And you put on that crimson and white, man, you're gonna be a dude for life.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, hearing that from, upper higher, a guy that, really started at Alabama, and that's what I'm trying to get the young guy that at Alabama right now to understand. Like, you got to get the okay from the guys who started it to let you know, like, you playing the Alabama standard. And that's what I was about when I was the leader of the team. Like, I want to make the guys proud of this team that played years ago, because when they come and you ever meet them, they gonna ask you, what's your record against Tennessee? What's your record against Auburn? I want to say 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, but that wasn't the case against Auburn, but you know they helped us out in the championship. But you know that's what I'm trying to get guys to understand, to have guys like y'all say, you know, we appreciate y'all and we proud of y'all for keeping the legacy going.
Most definitely. Guys, we greatly appreciate you coming on and taking this little bit of time to honor Ahmaad. We want to give everybody an opportunity tonight to say their part, man. He was a special player and meant a lot to so many of us. But thank you again, Kenny, Andrew, TJ, so much for coming on tonight.
Yeah, appreciate you. Appreciate the opportunity.
Hey, Five, I got
Man,
another year eligibility.
we too young. We too young to be losing a young brother like that. But once again, sometimes those waves get heavy, man.
Yeah.
It's just like being in Miami with a hurt knee and fell off that jet ski. We ain't had no business out there. So I had to go try to have some fun. I thought I was gonna die. I thought a shark had a free lunch.
Hey, listen, man. I had completely forgot about that. Out there with one leg basically trying to swim to get back on the jet ski.
I'm talking about fresh off of knee surgery. Ain't no flopping that knee. That knee is stiff.
That sound like something I did fresh off of ACL surgery. I'm out there on the jet ski. Man. I come flying across that water. I said, "Oh no, buddy!"
Man, listen, we ended up in the water, shark bait, basically.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But it's a good thing I learned how to dog paddle in the state of Mississippi.
That what you go. Hey, one thing about the country, you gonna learn how to dog paddle first.
Come on, we too big to be breaststroking.
What Ivy Williams said, you're gonna drown.
You're gonna drown.
Hey, I got one story, dog. I always think about it. But that day in that practice on that second field, and I saw Coach Williams tell Marv what he had to do. I was mad at Ahmaad that he didn't give me the heads up. And he was about to cut me. Hey, bro. Hey, man, we at practice, bro. I got to get out of here. I got to go to the next stage leaving Bama. I cannot get hurt at practice, bro. Oh, I was so ticked at AG for cutting me and he didn't give me the heads up. I wasn't going to get you in trouble, so I going to act right. Come on, man. You made me look bad, bro. Yeah. I was heated for him about that right there, boy. I'm talking about, man, give me the heads up, bro. Come on.
Come on, man.
Boy.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Smith, tell J-Mon that I got a chance to speak with you, man.
Hey, man, when you talk to that young fella, hey, man, tell that boy to drop 15. I'm just going to say 15.
Tell him to drop 15.
Yeah. Hey, tell him he needs to start seeing his ass.
Every time we get in the group, every time we write in the group chat, we'll be talking about something totally different. First thing he highlight, hey man, I gotta get that weight off first before we start. I'm like, J-Man, what you been doing? Boy, I been eating.
Yeah, I see.
You gonna be the next Jared Lorenzen.
I try to tell him, boy,
not the Pillsbury throw boy.
Man. You gotta really pay attention to your weight, bro. They find us every Friday for being overweight.
Right.
Correct.
It's because you feel good throwing 50 balls and one incompletion. They still sent you to the airport, son. Like, how you didn't? That was an A on that test.
Right.
Your weight ain't right, boy.
Yeah.
Now, Dad, my weight right? Okay, J-Mar, you ain't gonna give me no headache.
Guys, we greatly appreciate that.
On stage, man. But hey, man, I'm thrilled for the opportunities y'all got down there in Birmingham, bro. I'm telling you, if they had it going on when I came out the league, I was gonna give them for 5 years for that 80 or that 70. You hear me?
Hey, they tried. Remember, they shut the lead down.
What?
Yeah, that's right.
Call me, guys.
I'm open to ride for 7 years.
You suppose? Why not?
Why not? You feel?
Yeah, well, come on.
Yeah, I'm so finna ride for 7 years. And they gave us an insurance policy, and they making a retirement plan for us and everything.
Oh, yeah, right, get on.
That's a blessing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey, they need a tight end. I come in on short yardage.
To do what? Paint the field?
Huh?
I can go cut somebody.
Well,
That's about it.
Yeah, and that's why I don't understand why guys is leaving the USFL to go to the XFL. Well, this is every guy that I talked to that left the USFL to go to the XFL. They saying, well, after the season, we get a chance to go to OTAs and camp and learn the playbook. I said, well, first you got to think about it. These people, the organization got to go through their draftee first, and then
the USFL had 20 plus guys that had an opportunity.
30.
See what I'm saying? How many opportunities you need? Because they go in your locker and you watching 80 other guys, maybe 50 guys. You know there's A1 guys. How long did it take you to put your socks on and put your gear on and say, that man just like me?
Right.
I ain't going back to Birmingham.
That's all it takes.
That flight.
It doesn't. Hey, I don't get it.
Man, hey, man, keep grinding, man. That's all I can tell you, boy. I give you salutes up, man. I'm talking about get it as long as you can, dog. You blessed with the body, you hear me?
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
Yep.
All right,
hey, TJ.
Yeah.
Tell Coach TJ he can't squat jump me no more.
Hey, I'm telling you, he gonna make you do some stupid shit.
Hey, he get to looking up, talking to you. I said, "Oh man,
it's over
with. I know."
Hey, I had that for 40 years. He still do the same thing to me now. I'm like, I'm gonna get in my car. I'm gonna go home because you ain't gonna do nothing to me.
Well, guys, thank you again for jumping on. We greatly appreciate it. I know the family does. We gotta let some more folks in, but man, we'll love to have y'all all back. But yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to honor.
All you gotta do is let me know. I'm in every time. Just let me know, man.
What you doing next week?
Thank you, fellas.
Man, hey, I'm trying to be super dad and keep this body together. You hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Appreciate you, fellas.
Y'all be easy.
Hey,
Roll Tide.
Yeah.
Roll Tide, fellas.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I get your number from Justin?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I can get yours from J Money.
Yeah, hit me up.
Cool, man, we family, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
No doubt.
All right, fellas.
All right, roll
Tide,
Tide, guys.
Yeah, boys.
Good. Kenan.
All
Kenan,
right. We got a couple of super chats to get to. Fred Turner with $10 and then Tat Lawson with $20. Man, we greatly appreciate you guys tonight. Again, this is going to an extremely great cause. We're going to be helping out Ahmaad's children, and what a better way to do it than to show your love from Bama Nation. But listen, the show's not over yet, guys. We got a few more guys waiting to be let in. Marvin, I'll let you introduce these three men right here. Guys that need no introduction, but we'll do it anyway. Go ahead, Marvin.
Oh man, I don't even know where to begin with this group. I mean, I don't even know where to start. So I got to go with the guy who came in with me, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only. When I say the pride of Montevallo, Alabama, baby, Ray Marshall.
What's going on, fellas?
Man, this next guy, man. This next guy, when I say, man, had hands like you couldn't believe. One of the greatest receivers to come through Alabama, man. And when I say I see many balls that were supposed to be thrown away, this dude really got it. One and only Antonio Carter, baby.
I thought you were talking about me.
You got soft hands, Wes.
I wasn't talking about hands for eating hot dogs.
That's a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the second dude of the state of Alabama, because she's the governor, so I can't call you the first dude, but she put second, third down the line. But when I say, man, the pride of Coleman, Alabama, man, one of the greatest guys I know to play offensive line, University of Alabama, former New England Patriot, the one and only Mr. Wesley Britt.
Yes, sir.
Last but not least, the pride of the Philadelphia Eagles in the playoffs right now, still bringing it home, baby. The pride of Birmingham, Alabama. You couldn't tell them no different in college, baby. Alonzo Ephraim, baby.
What's up, yeah?
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, fellas?
Hey, real quick, Crimson Tide Beast has donated $10 in the super chat. Thank you so much, Crimson Tide Beast. And then TEB Junior, 1999. Greatly appreciate that. And this bottom square, who's not yet got on the screen yet, one of the best DBs to ever play, and responsible for the 1999 SEC championship, Mr. Hirchel Bolden. Hirchel, if you're there with us, man, let us know.
I'm here, but I'm trying to figure out how to get my camera
down and turn your camera on.
Hey, my camera is actually on. Hold on 1 second.
That's okay. Freddie Mills had the same problem.
This movement for 3.5 years, and we're still figuring out how to. 3 zeros.
I know, right?
Real quick though, before we get started with this next group, again, fellas, I want to thank everybody who donated to this point. Every penny that's raised today is going to Austin and Aubrey's scholarship fund. Every cent of it is going to them. So again, if you feel compelled to give, please give whatever you can give. I know, they will be more than appreciative of whatever you give.
That's definitely. Well, guys, we're here to honor this man, one of the best to ever play and one of the best human beings we've all ever known. I'm going to go around the room real quick. And I'll start with you, Wes. If you would, man, talk about your relationship with Ahmaad and what he meant to you and, how he inspired you in your play and even off the field.
Ahmaad was always really good to me. Coming in, he was already established as a freshman. And then I love the way he ran the ball. I love the way he attacked life. He was happy, enjoyed life. He always wanted to give back to people. And I remember one of the things I'll never forget is going into San Diego my rookie year, and Ahmaad was there too. We're both fighting to make the team. But that would have been a miserable experience, but for Ahmaad. He made it fun. He was always there picking me up. Just a great dude and a heck of a running back. One of my favorite memories is 2001. We're going to play Vanderbilt, and they had turned off the air conditioning in the visitors' locker room. I mean, it was early September, so it felt. Alonzo, you remember that? It felt like it was.
I remember that.
It felt like
it was hot.
And Ahmaad said, "Man, I'm about to put it on for this." And he put what 250 yards up, and I've never seen somebody run like that. Just a hell of a running back and a hell of a dude.
That's right.
Most definitely. Ray, welcome in. Your first time being with us on the show. We greatly appreciate that, brother. And I know when I reached out to you initially, man, you had a lot you wanted to share. So if you would, brother, share with the audience and the family who's watching right now what Ahmaad meant to you.
Oh, man, Ahmaad was my first roommate in June of '98. Vic Ellis, Marvin Brown. Ahmaad was the type of guy that, man, he was probably the most hardworking guy I've ever been around, be straightforward and honest with you. I remember meeting him the first day I met him. I just like yesterday, I ordered a Papa John's pizza, and instead of, I was ready to eat, he said, "Nah, we're going to go work out." I'm like, "Man, we just got here." He said, "Man, we're going to we're going to run." So, man, his work ethic, was second to none. He was a God-fearing guy. Always involved in FCA. He was always asking us to go and be involved with FCA with him. So, overall guy, A1 guy, definitely gonna be missed.
No doubt.
I got a question for you, Ray. How you get the name T-Bone?
Oh man, I used to like to eat. Them guys used to try to push from the table. Marvin used to try to keep me out the buffet.
Hey, listen, man. The university, the worst thing they could have ever did was put money on them action cards. The offensive linemen were ordering pizza, cheese, everything that they weren't supposed to eat, they were eating. And they wonder why none of them ever made weight. I watched you, Big D, Mariko, and so many more. 6 a.m. with Big T.
Marv, how much money did y'all have on the ad card?
250 per semester. Offensive lineman, that 250 was gone in about 2 weeks.
Hey, they gave us 350.
The bad part was that all the open classes, like Boogie and all those guys, was telling us that when they use a vending machine, that it wouldn't take your money. So I lost like $100, man, just loaning it out and let them use my card.
Quick shout out to Sweet Home Bama 22 with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
All right. Now I'm going to turn over to one of the guys that is definitely not soft-spoken, a guy that can motivate me to do anything. The Honorable A.C. Carter. Brother, glad to have you here. We couldn't have the show without having you on here, man. So
I'm
if you
surprised
would.
I'm surprised he ain't got a cupcake.
I'm fasting. I would. I'm fasting.
Well, talk to us about your brother Ahmaad, AC.
Man, first of all, hey Wes, I love the beard, buddy.
Yeah, baby.
It's showtime. But man, Ahmaad meant a lot to me, man. Great friend, great person. Man, I'm gonna tell you my first encounter with Ahmaad. He had a green Cherokee. And when I got in, I had never seen a truck so clean on the inside. I'm like, man, what you do? You eating off the floor? I mean, that was different for me. I just never seen someone keep up their vehicle so clean. But man, he was just a great person, a great football player. But he was always a leader. You know, when I was in school, he would always, AC, why you miss class? And why you didn't go to study hall? I'm like, bro, I just heard it from Coach Swing. I don't want to hear it from you too, man. But that's what kind of guy he was. You know, he held us accountable. And now where I'm at in my life, I do appreciate it. And I know what it meant to him and what it meant to me. So I was thankful to have him as a friend and a brother, man.
No doubt, no doubt. Alonzo, man, glad to have you here. Took us a while to finally get you on. I hate that it took the circumstance to bring you here, but listen, we're here to celebrate family, brother, and you're one of the first people that reached out to me about doing this. So I'm going to give you the mic now, man. Speak on your boy Ahmaad.
AG, man, you know, I learned a valuable lesson with him, man. He taught me about being humble, working hard. He was one of my first roommates there, him and Celine. And I remember AG, man, I thought I was going to come in and get that big room in the Highlands in the back. And AG told me, no, big fella, you got to wait your turn. So he kind of humbled me on that, man. He talked to us about going to class and just being stand-up guys and what we represent. You know, he always kept things in perspective when we would get excited and get crunk and wild. AG always was that voice in the back of your head telling you, hey, man, relax, calm down. He was kind of like a coach, like a player coach. Just to talk about his legacy even more, man, my wife, pretty much my brother-in-law, he went to Pinson Valley, and he remember Ahmaad. Ahmaad actually was an educator, man. So he was more off the field than he was on the field. And what he did on the field was exciting. But off the field, he was more than a stand-up guy. He was always there encouraging. And not just to the players, man. That's what the thing that was amazing. It was anybody that crossed his path. Y'all know that. Yeah. AG never knew a stranger. So, I mean, I remember him from that, man. I remember the time we had that full body lockup in the Bryan Hall. And first time I ever saw that. And it was after when I 3-day practices. They had to put ice bags on his neck, arm, thighs. They carried him out. And he was back at practice the next day. Yeah, I remember that. He had a full body lockup. Never saw it before. He's right back at practice, practicing what he preached. So that was my dude, man. That was my guy, man. I hate I didn't get a chance to get up to Tennessee like I saw a lot of you guys did. But golly, man, just a stand-up guy, man. He was just amazing. Very big motivator.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, Hirchel, I'm going to turn it over to you now, brother. All right, save the best for last in this group. If you would, man, speak on him.
Ahmaad, man, what can you not say about the guy, man? My first interaction with Ahmaad was actually through Vic, and it was me, Vic, and actually AC were all roommates our first year there in the Highlands. So that in itself was, just a great experience in general. But just for Ahmaad, me and Ahmaad kind of clicked together because we kind of hung out together, and we would take trips to Atlanta to his uncle's house in Douglasville and just hang out in general. Ahmaad was, like you said, he was very attention to detail, full of joy. He was very comical. If you didn't really know him like that, he loved to joke. Like he loved to joke. So just a stand-up guy, man. Like all around, hard work ethic. He always the first one in there to watch film and the last one out. And he always had questions to want to know how can he do it better. So that will always be my just memory of Ahmaad, just that smile, that joking and the laughing, and just him just being just a good standing up individual, just in general. Yeah.
Without question. We got another super chat from NFC Boys, $9.99. Thank you so much, guys. Y'all are the rock stars tonight. Thank you so much to everybody in the live chat for helping us out. Well, helping Ahmaad's children out, because again, everything that you put forward, we don't see it. It's going to go straight to his children to ensure their future. So thank you so much for being a part of that. But guys, I thank y'all so much for jumping on with us tonight. I know we had you on for a short time, but I wanted to make sure that everyone got an opportunity to say what they needed to about Ahmaad, their brother. We got some more guys who want to jump on. But before I let you guys go, is there anything else y'all like to add before y'all head out?
I just want to say thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for what you're doing for my brother and his children. Man, it's going to go a long way. I tell you, the man upstairs is looking down, and he's smiling on what you guys are doing. Marvin Constant, thank you so much. Steven, Bo, man, I just thank you guys for what you're doing on a consistent basis for the Bama fans, for Bama Nation, but especially for my brother. So thank you so much.
Yes,
Love
sir.
you, brother. Love all y'all.
Well said. Well said.
Man, glad to do it. And always an honor to have you guys with us, not just because you're from our era, but y'all are some of the best to ever do it. And we thank you for honoring Ahmaad Galloway.
Yeah, and for me, like I told Andrew, no man, it's always a blessing to get a chance to talk to the guys that played, you know, way before.
Hey,
know,
Bo, you gonna stop saying way before you
Way,
bring
yeah,
me old?
Hey man, Beard Gang West. Well, I'm gonna just say this. It's always an honor to talk to the guy who played before us and who actually started the legacy, and you know, like the guys that we watched on TV that we actually never get to see in person. And you know what I'm saying, by the time we get there, you know, y'all be still in the NFL or be, you know what I'm saying, going on, you know, by your business, and we never have that chance to actually
connect.
You know what I'm saying, get to meet y'all in person. And but you know, this person enough for me because I can actually hold a conversation with you. And you know, especially AC, I see you in Birmingham all the time trying to give me them cupcakes every week. You know?
Send them on to Georgia. We'll take them.
Yeah, but for the rest of y'all guys, it's an honor, man, because like I can probably say like I'm one of the only players that actually, you know what I'm saying, know most of all the players that play at Alabama, or at least had a chance to, you know what I'm saying, have a conversation with them. And you know what I'm saying, that's just a blessing to be able to talk to you guys, man. And you know what I'm saying, to get a chance to hear what y'all have to say, man, even though, you know what I'm saying, it was for 5 minutes or 3 minutes, it's just you know what I'm saying, a blessing to, you know, get a chance to talk to some guys that played at the same school and that, you know, started the legacy at Alabama.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, man, I want to give a shout out to Austin, man. Hey, Austin, if you're watching, I appreciate it. If he wouldn't have called me, I forgot. He called me. He said, AC, are you going to still get on from my dad? I said, I sure am.
You gotta stop figuring out what color cream you gonna put around the cupcake top.
Hold on. 1 second though. AC, you bring up a very valid point. I gotta say it, man. Austin, my God, listen, man. One of the most well-spoken kids you will ever meet, man. Like when I say beyond intelligent, like, man, if you listen to him speak, like he is so impressive, so well put together, and you can tell he's going to go on. And Austin, if you watching, I know you're gonna do great things in life, man. And you got so many of your dad's brothers who gonna be here to support you in whatever you need, man. I told your mom, anything you need, whether it's talk football, call me. But we looking for great things from you, Austin.
No doubt. And
Definitely.
But guys, thank y'all again.
You got a bunch of uncles now.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
We can't give them cupcakes now.
But guys, I can't thank y'all enough. I know
Hey, his mom come in all the time.
I know that Austin and the family can't thank y'all enough, guys. Thank you so much. Roll Tide to all you guys.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Yes, sir. And while we're getting the next crew coming in, want to shout out to Kareem Hood, has $10 in the super chat. Thank you so much, Kareem. And then we got Tide, got the $9.99. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate the love you're showing Ahmaad's children tonight, man. Couldn't do this tonight without you guys. But listen, doesn't stop now. We got some other folks trying to jump in this studio. Marvin, go ahead and do the honors for this gentleman right here.
Oh man, listen, man. There's so many things I could say, but I'm gonna be very. I don't even know. Okay, I'm just gonna introduce. Listen, man. When I say this gentleman right here, this is one of my close friends. Now, if you would have asked me back in 1998, 99, would I be good friends with Griff? And would I have talked to Griff as much as I have talked to him over the years? I wouldn't have believed it. You couldn't have told me that me and Griff would have the type of relationship that we have. When I say no matter what I call and ask Griff for, he's going to support. He's got my back. If I need advice on something, he's going to tell me exactly what I need to hear, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. When I say this man is going to do everything he can in his power to make sure he is going to meet the needs of his brothers, the one and only Griff Red Mill.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Hey, I appreciate that, Marvin. I don't quite know how to follow that, but I appreciate those words. Let me start by saying I am really sorry that y'all had to push me to 650. I had something come up, but I'm not only sorry for y'all, I'm sorry for me because I was really looking forward to sharing the screen with Coach Williams because I was fully prepared to tee up some of those Ivy Williams euphemisms and some of those stories with him sharing the screen with me just to see his reaction because this is the first time in my life I would feel comfortable going down that road with that man and probably the first time I've talked to him in 20 years. So anyway.
I'll be happy to give you his number if you want it.
I need a little more distance than that for bringing some of these things up that I was intending on bringing up. But thanks for having me.
Oh, you will. Now,
real quick, shout out to 1 second, Marvin. Real quick, Brooke Matavo has donated $9.99 in the super chat. All right, your turn. Go ahead. We got the backfield from 99 here.
This next guest, when I say he's going to launch my movie career, because I'm convinced at some point he's gonna call me to tell me he needs me in a movie. I've been training and preparing for this day for the last 20 years. I'm waiting on the call. I know I got faith. It's gonna come when I need it. But no, when I say one of the best running backs to play at the University of Alabama, I gotta be honest, man. You know, when you watch him run the ball, it doesn't even look like he's moving fast. It almost looks like he's moving slow, but everybody's missing him and not even able to tackle him. And I'm like, is this something like Kung Fu style running or something that I'm missing here? Because it was never just blazing, poof, I'm out of here. It was always, I'm going to take this first step and I'll see what happens. But he was great at running the ball. And for some reason, people struggle to tackle him. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, the legendary filmmaker extraordinaire, Brandon Marie.
What's going on?
Man, I tell you what, listen, you are on your way. You already got the body for Hollywood. Now we got to get you to read your lines. And you halfway out here, okay? You got it to Mississippi. Once you cross the Mississippi, I'm telling you, we got you, brother.
Well, I have a SAG card. You know, I actually shot some pilots for TNT. I've shot commercials for ESPN. I've done a lot.
Shut up!
Of course you do.
Shut up!
Yeah, I really do.
You're a card member of the SAG. Oh wow!
Hey, Brandon, Brandon played out, man. You need me. Marvin can't walk 50 steps, man.
When I do the casting call, I'll make sure I'll wait till you last. So he'll think he got it, and then you come steal a roll from him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
See, Brandon, I'm gonna tell you right now what's gonna happen. He gonna be reading his lines straight off the paper, and he gonna look in the camera. See, he don't even know how to look off. Hey, like, no, you can't do it like that.
But Brandon, can he show you 10 hours of real film of of not looking at the camera, period. Can he show you a camera on him from the time he wake up to the time he go to sleep? Do you have 10 hours of real film? Hey, boy, I've been in the film.
People can't be under the lights? You say he can't be under the lights?
Nah, hey, he talking about me looking at the camera. He gonna be the first one to look in it.
My SAG card says differently.
You know them lights
and action.
I got
lights.
10
They
hours.
get hot. They get hot, right?
I got 10 hours. I got 10 hours of film from my senior, from like my 11th grade summer and going into my senior year, and all the way up until like 2020. I had stopped filming because I was gonna get the people out of DC to do it. I can't think of their name. They had like 1 or 2 episodes like 2 years in a row.
Right.
Yeah.
But Brandon, the thing he doesn't realize, if he's not a SAG member, there's certain things he can't even audition for.
Hey,
you're not a member of the union, sir.
Hey, Brandon, one thing about it, I'm gonna lure him into making me a member. You know,
right.
I'm gonna be like, come on, Mar, you know, you said you were gonna do such and such.
No, I can't make you a member. You have to have credits. You have to have screen credits to be a member.
Hey, you gonna have all my screen credits. You gonna have all my access. You gonna have everything. You gonna get me in there, Mar. You gonna get me in there. Hey, you gonna be working so hard to get me in there. It gonna make you not get in.
I'm already in.
The teacher learns less than the student. Now the student.
Folks always sort that out.
But I do got.
Oh man, listen. This is what people don't know. Football players are some of the biggest personalities I know, and I tell people that all the freaking time. Like, football players belong on television. Like, y'all know, in the locker room, there's so many personalities.
Oh, yeah,
and it's like, if there was a camera where people could just know behind the, cover, the velvet rope, what goes on, man, it's like real live characters.
A lot of it's not suitable for TV, though.
That's true. I was about to say.
True.
Exactly.
So true. So true, man.
What you watered down and edited out, it's not that much entertainment anymore. Is
Hey,
that right?
that locker room, something like you out there in the game room, you like, all right, no, let's take it to the locker room. We're gonna see what's going on in the locker room. Like the locker room in the destination can't nobody see. Like it's totally different inside of there.
It really is, man. People have no idea what goes on in the locker room, and it's for better. It's for the good, because I think they would think of everybody differently, right?
Right.
They wouldn't look at anybody the same anymore in that locker room. That's how the locker room is. It was so irreverent, and it was like no holds bars. Guys could say whatever they want, and it was just like it was like a lawless land. It was a lot and full of all sorts of person. I mean, you got cowboys and you got it all.
You got everything.
Outlaws. You got it all.
You got the boxing. You got the boxing ring.
Right.
John Frazier, man. John Frazier knocked one of the man. John Frazier knocked some man. Listen. John Frazier knocked it Marvin.
Oh God.
Man, John Frazier hit that dude, man, so hard. Marvin. He was a walk-on. He hit him so hard that the scholarships offensive linemen had to get on the Frazier, man. Like he told Frazier what made Frazier knock him out. Get what he told Lamar. So walk-ons know they ain't gonna play. So he don't really care. So they end up banging. He done got the best of Frazier. He said, "You been here 5 years and have not played one down." Soon everybody started laughing. He turned around. Man, Frazier laid him out. Everybody said, "Ooh." Frazier said, "Yeah, talk that now. Who talk now?"
Oh my God!
Jeez, rough terrain for sure.
I think that's a video I think that I still got on my phone that I never Like it will never go. It'll never go away.
You know, it's so funny. I was talking to Sean Alexander, man, and he was like, "I'm so glad we didn't have social media back then."
No kidding, y'all be done.
You know, it was a different world, man. Like, we didn't have the connectivity that we have now. So, you know, you could literally get away with a lot more stuff than normal, just because of how it is. And it's like, you know, nowadays you get tweeted about quick, like it'd go halfway around the world before we even got out of the locker room.
Right.
You know, it is just how the world is now, man. So it's so interesting to see, man. I was you know, knowing I was coming on here, man, I was thinking about AG, man. AG, he was so, you know, he was so like intelligent that he would use humor to relate to everybody else, in my opinion. Like he needed humor to like relate because I wouldn't be able to get because he was that smart. And he would just be cracking jokes. You talk about the locker room, he would crack jokes. He would find everything funny. He was one of those guys that was just irreverent, that he could just find the humor in everything. Like, we get roasted by our position coach, and he's just like, yo, and he'll repeat what he said sometime later, and we're all cracking up laughing, man. So I was just thinking about some of those memories, man, back in the locker room with our guy, man. He was a beautiful soul, man. Beautiful soul. Beautiful soul. There goes Jamie. Okay.
Marvin, introduce our guest, sir.
I tell you, hey! About him. Listen, I came in there, you know, I had a lot of pub or whatever. So went there. Sean Alexander was the starter, and I was like, I'm on the red shirt. But anyway, I was on scout team, and I just remember, man, I had this play, and we was running. The defense y'all was squad that year. Y'all was really good. I just remember the first time we went pads, and it was just like, man, I just got like a couple of yards, and we was walking back to the huddle, and I heard Jamie say, "He ain't ready." He ain't ready. I remember that, man. And it was your voice. I know it was your voice, bro. To this day, I still remember that moment where he's like, "He ain't ready." Yeah, you know how defense, they talk trash anyway. You know what I mean? But I just remember that, man. Some funny times on the field, brother. Some funny times. Look, I ain't introduced that guy.
Hey, real quick, Marvin, we got some more super chats to get to. Nez ATL with $20. We got John Davis with $20. We're not done yet. D Finn got $10. And then we got Morgan Plot for $49.99. Wow. Thank y'all so much for the donations tonight. But introduce Jamie, Marvin.
Oh, man, listen. When I say this is probably the one person who was more frustrated with Kenny Smith than me in school playing football, because Kenny would often leave me hanging, but in the process, he would leave Jamie hanging often as well. Out there doing Kenny. When I say the pride of Philadelphia, Mississippi, man, one of the greatest dudes I know, man. Not only did I play with him at Alabama, I coached with him when I used to coach high school football. When I say you couldn't ask for a better brother, him and Griff probably went at it many a days in practice. Man, the one and only Jamie Carter, a.k.a. Big Chew.
He ain't ready. He ain't ready. He ain't ready. He just
What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
Not much, man. How y'all doing?
Good,
man. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to make it, man. Been busy, bro. Been busy, but you talking about Ahmaad, man. You know, I don't want to get emotional, man, but you know, it's just one of them deals that hit you deep. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when you talk about that Bama brotherhood. When you talk about that B-Sci-Fi, you know what I'm saying? When you talk about that, you know, Marvin and Griffin, especially when we was there, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to negate nobody else, but shit, y'all know how them Tuesdays was. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know it. You know how them Tuesdays was. So when you think about that, and when you think about a brother that was on that gridiron with you, that did everything that you did to pave the way for them guys after you, and the kind of person he was, and like-minded. We was all like-minded guys. You know what I'm saying? And good personality guys. And those are the kind of people that you want to be around, you know, and as you get older and you mature in life, you want to be around good dudes. You know what I'm saying? So he was one of them guys, man, you know, and you know, and him coming into Bama and me being an older guy and those guys coming in, you want to take those guys under your wing and try to, you know what I'm saying, and push them in the right direction. Funniest memory I got with Ahmaad is when we was coaching at Oak Mountain. me, Marvin, and Ahmaad were coaching at Oak Mountain. I'll never forget this. I don't know which game. It's two games I'll never forget. I'll never forget the Streaker game, and I'll never forget the game. I don't know who was playing, but I ain't gonna call the guy name who was OC. I ain't gonna say that. But I was coaching halfbacks and tight ends. I forgot what Ma was coaching. Ma was on the defense side of the ball, but man, dude would be on the headset bashing the OC, and I was like, dude, you can't, like, you crazy about that. I'm like, dog, you can't do that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he hear you. You know what I'm saying? So, man, you know, we used to have a good time, and it just, man, it's just one of them deals, man. Like, you know, it's surreal. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm one of them guys, man, in the situation, man. I just, you know, let the family, you know what I'm saying, do what they do, and I try to sit back and just wait and just I say my piece after that. You know, I'm just one of them guys like that, man. But I wish his family well. I wish his kids well. Anything that I can do to help them, you know what I'm saying. I'm right here in Marion, Arkansas. I'm 10 miles from Memphis. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, anything that I can do with my team, with my school, you know, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? But that's the memories though at Oak Mountain that was funny, bro. You know what I'm saying? That was some funny crap. You know what I'm saying? But love dude, man. Dude, smart dude, man. Guy was very, very smart, very intelligent. You know, very funny. So those are my memories, man, and I'm a cherish them, bro. Like I say, man, it cut me deep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think I talked to Kenny for a while, and I just couldn't stay on the phone. You know what I'm saying? It just one of them deals. I'm an emotional guy. A lot of people don't know about me, but I'm an emotional guy. But I just can't. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. It's still surreal. You know, but he got a lot of love. He got a lot of love, man. He got a lot of love, man, and this brotherhood thing that you got with Bama football players run deep. It run a long way. Cats before us, cats after us. So you got to keep that thing going. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep that thing going. I know for it's me, man, being a head football coach and an AD, I'm busy all the time, and I don't have a lot of time to do anything. Come back to, you know what I'm saying, the Bama do a lot of stuff, but I try to reach out to a lot of guys all the time, though. But
why are you on here, man? I gotta tell a quick story about you.
No, don't do that. Don't
do it, Mark. Do it, Mark.
Go ahead, man. What you got?
So you know, you are correct. Brotherhood.
Right.
So one day in particular, that brotherhood was tested because Fox let somebody, I ain't gonna call no names, borrow his pickup truck.
Oh boy.
The pickup truck gets T-boned on the passenger side, right? And we ain't talking about no small T-bone. I mean, that car almost was looking like a boomerang. It was that bad. Like it was like did it. Like the car was almost in the shape of a C. It was curved. Now, the car should have been totaled. But Fox continued to drive this truck. I don't know how. I'm like, how the hell does he keep that thing on the road? Because it was curved. How did you still drive that truck in that shape?
Hey man, I got that truck fixed too. I don't know what you talking about. I pulled the frame out of that truck and bought me a dope and kept riding. I don't know what you talking about. I'm from Mississippi, dog. Yeah,
That's it. Neshoba Central.
Yeah, we got to ride, dog. You know what I'm saying? Better go to the car lot. You know what I'm saying? So, had to ride, baby.
Hey, boy, I know you stayed pulling that thing to the left, though.
How many times you had to change your tires?
Man, ain't changed no tire, man. Dude thought he was going to race a car down the hill. Talking about he need to go check out a freshman study hall. So I let him use the car, use the truck. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. Maul, I got some stories on you, too, now. Don't let me get to talking.
Before we stop, before we do that,
we got to hear stories on Marv.
well, first, before we hear anything on Marvin, Griff, I want to turn it over to you, man. We hadn't really heard, your experiences with Ahmaad. If you would, man, share your relationship with him and any memories you might have, brother.
Yeah, man. Jamie and I were in the same signing class, and so we're 2-3 years older than Ahmaad, but I'll never forget when those guys came in that class, and you're coming into a place like University of Alabama, and it really doesn't matter if it's Alabama, if it's Auburn, if it's LSU, if it's Sanford, whatever. And we're all 18 years old, and there's some degree of you're some level of immature idiot to some degree. For most of us, we're trying to figure out how to be mature adults. But the one thing I remember vividly about Ahmaad was he's had it together. He was the most mature, just well-rounded. I mean, he seemed to have everything just put together better than anybody that I can ever remember as an 18-year-old incoming freshman. And that's what I admired about him. And of course, there's a pretty big age difference there. But I do remember, we keep talking about brotherhood here. And that's something that if you hadn't participated in that, you don't really understand. But it's real. We had a good example of that this weekend. We saw guys that I hadn't seen in 20 years probably, and we just fall right back in. But even though there's brotherhood, when you're at a place like University of Alabama, there's competition too, and you got guys at your position and you're brothers, but you're trying to compete for a spot on that field. You want to be a starter, you want to get the touches, you want to get the snaps. But one thing that was always impressive about Ahmaad is he always seemed to transcend any kind of internal animosity. He could be everybody's friend. And I think Brandon mentioned it, talking about his humor. And one of the real reasons I wanted to be on there with Ivy was because Ivy was one of the best. And he could break you down. It didn't matter if you played for him. He would break down an offensive line. If he felt so inclined, he'd just tear you down.
Get out of my drill.
Yeah, get out of my drill. You're going to drown. That was my favorite one. What's your major? Marine
was a lie.
You're and but if you didn't play for Ivy, there was a little bit of entertainment value for the rest of us, as long as you stayed out of his sight. Every day it was like, what's he gonna do today?
Yeah.
And but Ahmaad was nearly unfazed by it, and the way he would deal with Ivy, and he would just kind of like subtly give it back in a humorous way, and it was like, you could just see Coach Williams. I can't even mess with this guy, because it doesn't bother him, and he didn't get all twisted up, and it doesn't accomplish whatever he's trying to accomplish. And he was just such a mature young man, and really my relationship with him, was probably more so after we finished at the university, and it was in our adult life when we were talking and working on things, whether it be volunteer wise stuff we worked on together, and then or just as we moved on through life. Connecting and talking about the struggles, we had just in our day-to-day world, family, work, things like that. And so he was an awesome guy. And I think you saw that at the service this weekend based on the response and the outpouring of the guys that were able to be there and the guys that couldn't be there, that hated not to be there, and just a show of love and support. And to see his children, they're just like him. I mean, you can tell it's like you're looking at two little AGs right there. They're just so well-rounded and mature kids. And, he was a class act person and somebody that, you're always honored to call your friend. and I'm glad I had my opportunity to be his.
Yeah, you to double back on what you said, man. You know, I was second in rushing in 2000 to Ahmaad, and it never. I was second in rushing, second in touchdowns, and it never felt like it was. It was a head to head. It never felt like that. We never had that relationship. It's always been love, and so when you talk about that brotherhood of Bama, man, like people don't really understand what that means. You know, that the B-Sci-Fi thing, they don't understand that outside of those halls. Right. And when I go to Pitt and then go to Denver, Ahmaad is there, Santonio's there. We got both of those guys in the room, the running backs room together. Two running backs that I was with at Bama. And it was like we never left. And Mike went through the exact same thing I went through. I got put on injured reserve. He got put on injured reserve the year before I got there. So he had basically hit me to what to expect as a brother, like, yo, you know, blah, 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 blah. And so there was one time I was supposed to get all the players under all the running backs some food. And I think I got it to him late. And so nobody wanted it, everybody left. And so he was saying that Coach BT, Bobby Turner, who is San Francisco's coach, he's San Francisco's running back coach over there. You'll see him on the sidelines. But he said BT was in that bag. I got a bag like some food, some McDonald's hamburgers or something. He said he was in that bag like a raccoon. He said he was in there, like looking for stuff like a raccoon. Like Ahmaad just had that ability to make you crack up, man. I just remember him, you know. And so they jumped me. I got in the locker room and they jumped me right after that. But it was all love. It wasn't like a real jump, but they kind of got me because I ain't had the food. But we were all laughing about it later on, man. I just remember Ahmaad, man, was cracking jokes with me about it, man. But it's you know, he was somebody that you'd be proud to be with, you know, when you're going to battle. You know what I'm saying? When you're on the football field, you're going to battle. Like, yo, I'm a battle for him. I'm a battle for that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the type of people you want around you. Like, yo, I'm a rock. You know what I'm saying? I'll bust a head. You know what I'm saying? Because I want, you know, to see a smile on his face. I want to see my brother smile, man. And so, you know, both on and off the field, you know, you could tell how much, you know, people leave an impression on you like that. You know, Ma was one of those guys that would do so, man. And, you know, just a beautiful soul. That's what I like. Yeah. He's a beautiful soul, like, you know, and I didn't know until later. He would call me later. He would ask me about filmmaking stuff, you know, in more recent years. But I mean, he had a lot of stories inside of him that you would have never even known that was his background. You would have never even known he went through that because he didn't carry it like that. You know what I mean? He almost wanted you to be more comfortable than what he dealt with. And so, you know, when I say a beautiful person, man, both inside and out, man, you know, you always want to see somebody like that, man. And, you know, my prayers are for his family, man. You know, that's a big loss because he's definitely a loss for our brother, you know, the Bama brotherhood. You know, much love to that man. Seriously. Yep.
Ahmaad was one of those people you could never be mad at, no matter what happened.
Yeah, never.
I think it says all you need to know about Ahmaad to know that he could be Kenny's roommate and continue to be his roommate after one semester. I think that's because Kenny ran off every roommate he ever had until he met Ahmaad.
Yeah,
that is true.
He was the only person that I knew that had a 3-bedroom apartment at the Highlands, and he was the only person in it. And they finally put Ahmaad in there, and they
and they were a match made in heaven.
Oh God. Ahmaad never complained. He would tell me stories, but he never complained. It was like just chill for him, I guess. But he had stories for days. I was like, wow, this is interesting. How is Kenny doing, by the way? How is Kenny doing?
Kenny's good, but I'm sure living with Kenny would have been an adventure because I spent a lot of time with Kenny. And it was always something with Kenny. It's like, what is it now, man? What now?
Yeah, we just had Kenny on not too long
Yeah,
ago.
you missed him, man. He was
Oh,
the
wow.
highlight of the first half.
Oh wow, yeah, y'all brought him out, man. Definitely.
We had some great Kenny stories from this weekend that was fun to hear. Stuff I'd forgotten about.
Oh my God.
Hey, Brandon, I found that locker room video.
Hey, real quick, Francine
How
Reed.
long ago was this?
Uh,
How long ago was this?
This happened in 2015.
Oh my gosh, you still got it on your phone.
I still got it. You want? Hey, can we show it, Justin?
No.
His kids are watching. Can't do that, brother.
No.
We'll save that. Hey, but
I'm
real
going
quick,
to object to said video. Oh no.
Brady don't have no kids.
but Ahmaad's kids are watching. Let me set an example, sir.
Okay, sorry.
But next week for sure. Listen, Francine Reed has donated $50 in the super chat.
Yo,
Got to give shout out. Thank you all so much, everybody who has done their thing tonight to put towards these two fine children and their education. But Marvin, and one of the things that I wanted to bring up, if you're able to tell it or willing to tell it, was a story that you told at the funeral. And Brandon brought up Denver. Could you talk about how you came upon that jersey that Ahmaad gave you?
Well, I got hurt in 1999, and like everybody who went to Alabama at that time, and before or after, they all knew, we didn't have the best team doctor in the world. So I was pretty much everybody's rehab buddy from 1999 until about 2002. So, but by the time Ahmaad actually tore his knee up in 2002, I had been through 4 surgeries. I had my 5th surgery earlier in 2002, right before he messed up his knee. But by that point, I had been through so much, mentally and physically. And the last thing I wanted was for him to have to go through that as well, or anybody else. But being so close to him, I made it a point to uplift him and try to keep him as positive as possible, because I knew my journey was it was pretty much over for me. It was no coming back from that. But I didn't want him to suffer the same fate that I suffered mentally, because the mental pain and anguish of not realizing that dream that you've had as a kid when you're this close to it, it was very taxing. It could be detrimental to you in ways you never thought possible, man. It's like your mind plays tricks on you, and you do things and you think about things that you never would have thought of as a person, and you have some very bad and dark thoughts. And I didn't want him nor anybody else to go through that, and especially him being close to me, I didn't want him to. So, we went through rehab, and whether we were in the pool, physical therapy, we were riding at the complex, whatever. I always made it a point to keep him positive and upbeat, not knowing this whole time he was listening to me, and he felt the pain that I felt, and he understood how what I was going through mentally. So after he got drafted by Denver, he goes on into that season 2003. He's back in Tuscaloosa. He calls me and he tells me, I'm gonna come see you. I was like, okay, cool. I don't think nothing of it. When he comes to see me, he's so happy, so proud, man. And he gives me one of his Broncos jerseys, and with the biggest smile on his face, he said, "We made it." So for him to be the only player that I played with to come back and give me one of his jerseys, because he knew that I would never reach my own goal, but he thought enough of me and the fact that I did everything I could to uplift him and keep him positive. That meant the world to me.
Boy,
that's special.
Boy.
Yeah.
That's
Hey, I got to give Marvin some props here. He stood up there on Sunday in front of a lot of people that were there and delivered a very powerful message about our friend Ahmaad. And I don't think anybody could have done that. And I didn't really get a chance to talk to you when it was over with, but you did a very good job delivering that message, and it was a very nice tribute to Ahmaad. I know his family appreciated it, and I don't know that anybody else could have done it like you did.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
No, thank you, Marvin, for sharing that story for sure.
I take it, huh? On the his homegoing. It was a nice turnout for his homegoing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was in Memphis.
Mm-hmm. Well, Millington, right outside of Memphis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome, man. Yeah, man. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Mm.
But yeah, Marvin, yeah, thank you for sharing that. I greatly appreciate that. Everybody in the audience, I would venture to say, didn't get a chance to see the funeral, and that's one of the biggest takeaways that I was able to get from watching, and I felt it was special and definitely honors him. So again, thank you, brother.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, guys, we greatly appreciate y'all coming on tonight, and we appreciate everybody in the super chat or the chat donating the super chats. Again, that's going towards Ahmaad's children. It's ensuring their future.
Quick
Marvin, go ahead.
question, Justin.
Yes, sir.
For people who are watching the replay, how do they donate? How do we get that information to them?
Oh, yeah. Excellent question. If you want to watch the replay, there is a button that says thanks. You can click on that, and it will allow you to donate towards the scholarship fund that Marvin has talked about throughout the episode and I've talked about. So if you feel led to give and you're watching the replay right now, please do so by clicking on that button. Yes, sir.
Quick question. When we post that replay, can we put a notes with those instructions with that video up top? So before they click that the link to go into the video, that they'll know that if they want to donate, so that'll give them the option to.
Yes, sir. I'm going to put that in the description for everybody to make
Thank
sure
you.
they can do their part. But great show. Thank you so much again to you guys and to the guys that came on before you and to all the Alabama players who are watching in the audience. You might not have been on screen, but you are here with us tonight, and we greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support. Before we close up shop, I'll give each of you guys an opportunity to say, a few last words, and then we'll call it a night. And Jamie, I'll start with you, brother. Thank you for coming on at the last minute. I'm glad that we were able to include you. It was very important that we did that.
Well, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity to share my thoughts and my words about it. To you, Justice, man, this is a great thing that you're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a great thing that you're doing. To Ahmaad, the family, his friends, and his kids. God bless you. I will keep all of you in my prayers. And he will forever be in my heart. I know that for sure. He would never be a thoughtless day without him. And I just enjoy being on here, listening to everybody comments about him and the story that you had. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. It's an honor. Brandon?
Man, thanks for having me on here, man. Anytime you said something about a tribute to Ahmaad AG, I was definitely on board, man. So I made myself available for this. I just want to thank you for allowing me to be on here. I just want to tell all of my Bama boys, yo, I love y'all, man. I hit up Bohannon the other day. Man, my brother was talking him up, and I hadn't spoken with him in a minute. So I was like, yo, what's good? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? So, I know, as life goes on, we don't get a chance to stay in touch or keep it up as much as we can. And so I just want to appreciate your stuff that y'all showed me, even though I didn't finish at Bama. Y'all still like treat me like B-Side 5. You feel me? And that's a good strong it is. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that B-Side 5 love every time I interact with my brothers, man. So I thank y'all for that. And Ahmaad was the epitome of that. He was the epitome of the love that was shown since day one I stepped on that campus. And, since then. So, I just, I love him and, anything that came from him. I just wanted to show my love and appreciation. So I'll be in prayer for his family, his friends, man, just praying that, we have peace that surpasses all understanding during this time of transition and bereavement for him. So I know it's hard not to, mourn his death, but, I'm going to try to celebrate his life. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'll do. So much love. Appreciate it.
Excellent. Real quick before I turn it to Griff, PJ Steins has donated $9.99 in the super chat. Thank you so much for that. Thank you to everybody who has been led to give tonight. Well, Griff, I'm going to turn it over to you now, man. Again, thank you for being on and being a part of this. What are your last words to say?
Well, like everybody else, I really appreciate you guys doing this for Ahmaad. I know it means the world to his family. not just the money raised, but the notion of putting on this broadcast and letting some of his brothers and teammates come on here and having a moment to reflect on the man he was, the life he lived, and how much he meant to all of us. So we really appreciate you guys doing that. And, Justin, Bo, and Marvin, I always enjoy coming on here with you guys, and appreciate what you do. JC and Brandon, it ain't live and in person, but it's live, and it's good to see y'all's face.
Right.
And hear your voice. And so, that might be as close as we can get, but it's pretty good for today. And love you guys, and appreciate everything you're doing.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Love you too, bro.
Well, that'll do it for us. Again, thank you, gentlemen, and roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Yes, sir.
Tide rolling. All right.